For anyone that's seen my channel before, you probably know that I love checking out lure-friendly versions of cars for GTA 5. But you might also know, actually I might not have ever mentioned this, but I'm not really that big into Jaags, just old Jaags in general. And so I was rather conflicted when I saw this on GTA5mods.com because, well, it's a lore-friendly version of an old Jaag, and you'd think that I'd hate it, but actually I saw it and I thought, yeah, I like it. This is good. I am actually really intrigued by this one. I think because deep down I kind of do want to own a big gangster, just a cruiser, just a big giant barge that's slammed to the ground, luxury, drives really nice and smooth, and yeah, I think that's starting to feel a little bit apparent driving this around. So in this video, just going to check it out and do a couple of builds and see what we got here. And so here we are with this. This is the Ocelot Swindler. And I mean, just the name alone, it sounds like the sort of car that an old con man would make his money on and go out and buy. It does have that sort of old gangstery feel to it. It's what I feel like the nouveau rich would have owned back when this car came out. That's the sort of vibe that I get for this one. Here it is with everything open, with a trunk that is so big it definitely will fit all the load that you need. I will say no more. There is the interior, all the doors open, and then we have our engine bay, pretty simple, with the world's tiniest little air filters. Why do they look so small? They look really... Maybe it's just because this car is so big, but they look really tiny in comparison. They look funny. And so looking at the parts, and as you can tell, there's no parts. But don't click off, because this is the challenge that I like to set myself with these. I am going to try and do a few builds with this, and I just want to see how different of a style I can get using only what I have to change. So that's paint, suspension and wheel adjustments, wheels, and I don't know, maybe tinted windows, I don't know, neon lights. I don't know. Let's see what sort of different styles we can manage with what we've got. And let's just enjoy the fact that we get an old Jaguar. I want to say XJ. Could be wrong on that one. XK? No. Oh man, I don't know my Jaguars. Let's just enjoy the fact that this is a car that should actually be in the... Oh, this should be in the game. I mean, it fits perfectly within the world of GTA. So, well, let's first of all, seems we've got these multi-spoke wheels here. Let's go for a lowrider one on this first one. So let's go to Benny's Customs for these ones. I think these are going to be the type to fit. Something like this. We've got the thin white wall as well. And we go for actually just the chrome lip. I'm going to try and get a gold color. There's a gold. We're in the shade, actually. That's not the best way to have a look at that color. There we go. Now we can see that it is gold. The windows, we actually... Can we tint... I take it back. We can't even tint the windows on this one. Apparently only on the window, the one window you don't really care to tint. We have the ability to tint that, just not everything else. Well, no tinted windows for us. Then that's even less that we have to pick from. We do have the ability for hydraulics, though, within menus mod, so we'll use that in a second. Big question is, what on earth color would you pick for a lowrider? Maybe a green? Maybe a green. Yeah, bright green. That'll do. And these wheels are way too big. So we're going to make them much smaller, much more like a lowrider. There we go. And get those actually touching the ground. That would help. That's the one thing that I really wish that V-Stancer did was we wouldn't have to adjust this, but fair enough. It doesn't really matter too much. And then we have our suspension. And I don't know how this is going to work with the hydraulics. These are actually very small wheels, but then that's how you get it slammed to the ground. And we'll just tuck those in like that. That's pretty much the extent of the mods on that one for a proper lowrider. And now, here we are. We've got our sort of hydraulics. I mean, it's not real hydraulics. It's just sort of, yeah. Also, you can't really do front and back without driving forward or reversing. So we get some side-to-side action. Yeah, there we go. There is our lowrider. Bit of an odd one, actually, I'll have to admit. not the favourite. We'll bung this over here and let's try with a different style. This time I'm going to start with the paint and I'm going to go as bright as I can. So actually I'm going to go for potentially random RGB and just see what we get here. Okay, something like that. Fine, that's just what we're going to do. And then I'm going to make this one a donk. I'm going to go complete opposite. If Lowrider over here is having tiny wheels and slam to the ground, then the donk is going to be the one with massive wheels and up in the air. So we'll just go to Benny's Lowrider mods, something like this. The triple spokes I think are pretty good for donk wheels. We'll get these much bigger in V-Stancer. Something like that, that will do. And then we'll just use visual lowering and heighten this up. And as much as I can, I'm going to try and use the height adjustment with this so that we don't sort of have any... Okay, that was what I was trying to avoid. Okay, we'll have to knock that down a little bit. Fair enough. It's very hard to get sort of stable suspension when you change things too drastically. So, okay, we'll just use visual lowering for that. That's fine. And these arches, I will say, I've made the wheels perhaps slightly too big, but we can use a little bit of our imagination here. And, well, there it is. There is our donk version. Thanks. If there's one thing that I really wish that we had in stock GTA was just a bit more permanence of the cars. Why can't I park a car and leave it in the city, and why can't we do that? Come on, Rockstar. Next time, GTA 6, be on it, be on it. Well, anyway, that's that one. That is the donk. Let's try a different build. Let's see what we can get in this next one. So for this one, the stance model, I think. Try and get this like a hella flush one. Like camber, perfectly trying to fit into the edges of the arches, that sort of look. So I'm just going to go for these wheels here, some nice multi-spokes, a little bit modern. I do wish that these had things in them, but oh well. I do like the style, so I still keep the mod. And, oh, where should we go? Maybe Larry paint with this one, perhaps? Like a blue and pink theme? I like the blue and pink theme. I saw a long time ago, it was a Mark IV Golf. It had pink multi-spoke wheels, but also like a multi-piece wheel like this, and blue paint. And there was just something about that color scheme that really resonated with me. I don't know why. So I'll try and do that with this one. So there's no real blue that fits what I want here. So I'm just going to change the RGB values, get the sort of blue I want. Something a bit more like that, I'd say. Then V-Stancer, going to make the wheels slightly smaller. I'm going to get that looking just right on the rear, but we are going to rear camber that one. So, see, yeah, this is what happens. Maybe I need to make these tyres wider. There we go. I'm looking for the stretch. That's what I'm wanting. I'm wanting some of that stretch. There we go. Okay, that's... Ignore what it looks like from this side, because it's far too wide, but... We'll look at it from like here, okay? Maybe these are still too big. We'll decrease the wheel size a little bit more. So we have that on the rear. It's perhaps not the best, but there we go. And then on the front, we'll get that massively in. And just, yeah, let's just get that front height down, I think. This is going to have some real rake to it, but that's fine. I like a bit of rake. And a bit of camber, why not? Yep, there we go. That's that one. Has the other car has despawned. Wow, it wants to despawn the second you look away from that thing. But here we go with the super wide wheels. Look at that. That's just stupid. That's like the widest wheels in existence. This looks so dumb. Oh boy, that looks stupid. Ignore the back bit. Just look at it from like here. There we go. Well, there's our sort of stancy look. I'm going to do one more. I'm going to do a VIP style to end the video. So, yeah, let's just quickly go and do that. And what's amazing with this is I've spawned this in. It's in black, and I've forgotten to actually check the interior color. But this one's spawned in red. And I'm going to keep that vibe and just make this VIP. So probably going to go for the cutter wheels. I think they're a nice, simple one to go for. We're going to make them wider, but we don't really need to change the size of the wheels at all, I don't think. We're going to get some rear camber, but I do want to make this tucked and slammed, if we can. Yeah, that would do. I'm just a bit worried about how the front's going to look, but we'll see. And then, I don't know, just cambered and slammed on the front, maybe? Yeah. There we go. VIP. Boom. Oh, yeah, I've still got the hydraulics going. Sort of suits this car as well. I actually really like that red interior with the black. Really feeling red and black lately. Well, there we go. That's 5 completely different styles. One car that perhaps might not suit some of those styles. I'm kind of curious to know what you guys think. What do you think's my favourite style? Have I done a good job? Would you have done better? What would you have done differently? If you have got all the way to the end of this video, you can say La Fuente Blanca. Right there, La Fuente Blanca. But that is it. I really just wanted to check this mod out, let you guys know that this thing exists, because I always just like seeing what the community does in terms of translating a real car into something that fits within the GTA universe, and that is what I mean when I say lore friendly, as in it is friendly to the lore of the game. L-O-R-E, lore. Anyway, that's absolutely disgusting, so I'm going to do the only thing that car deserves. And yeah, there we go. That's it. That actually suits the gangster mode of this car. In fact, we've ended on a pretty gangster car. There we go. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.